Hey guys, shocking isn't it? Every time I start watching any kind of a tutorial or a get ready with me video and the person starts off with no makeup on, it's like, ah! It makes such a huge difference, doesn't it? I mean, it's really scary. Okay, so today I'm going to be doing a get ready with me video, and this is going to be a talking one rather than fast play music. I know someone had left a comment the other day when I put up that other get ready with me video, and they were like, oh, I don't like these kind of videos. I want to hear you talk. You can't please everyone. Everybody likes different things, so today it's your turn. I try to make a wide variety of videos, but it's impossible to please everyone, so ultimately you just have to do what you feel like doing that day, you know, when you're filming. So I'm gonna do a talk through. The biggest problem or obstacle with these kind of videos is trying to fit everything in the file on my SD card on my camera, because at a certain point it will just shut off, because I use so many products that it's impossible to get it all to fit on there. And so then the video is like 40 minutes long. That's if I can fit it on there, and then I have to edit parts out because nobody's gonna sit and watch a 40-minute video. So I'm gonna try to go fast and talk fast from this point on to try to fit it all in. All right, first thing I always do, oh, and by the way, you're gonna see changes in the routine from even the last Get Ready With Me video. I've made some changes, so I'll try to point those out as we go. Very first thing I always do, though, that hasn't changed is moisturize my lips with EOS lip balm. I think this one is strawberry. I like to really work that in good, because a lot of the lip products that I use are very drying. So if I don't get that moisture in there, and then I just try to wipe off the excess that goes beyond the lip line, because these EOS lip balms, like I was saying, when I finish with the ones that I have, I want to try and find it in stick form so I can just put it on my lips and not have it go all over my face. Alright, the next thing I always use is my e.l.f. Eye Refresh, and this is just basically like a moisturizer. It has aloe and vitamins and stuff in it, and I just put that right in my dark circles. My dark circles, you'll notice I use a lot of products, but it doesn't matter how many products I use. There's no covering them, because they're not really even dark circles so much as they are like big giant indentations in my face. So it looks better, but nothing I use is ever going to cover them up. But keeping that area really well moisturized helps somewhat, so that's why I use that. And then some of the excess just goes down a little too far, so I just I'm not rubbing in the dark circles, I'm rubbing the excess that sort of dribbles down underneath the dark circles. Okay, the next thing I use is, where is it? No, not that. The next thing I use is L'Oreal Paris Magic Anti-Redness Correcting Primer. I actually use two primers now, and this is green for redness, like I said, and I just do one pump. And I don't put this all over my face. I just put it in this area, because that's where the redness gets. I bring it a little bit onto my cheeks, but I try to primarily do my nose, the middle of my forehead. My chin is probably the worst part, but this whole zone right here, I'm trying to minimize the redness. Okay, so then the next thing I do is I use this Laura Mercier foundation primer in Radiance, and I use this does give you a little bit of color even though it's a foundation primer. And I'm going to use that with my Sephora Pro Flawless Airbrush brush. This is number 56. So I'm going to put some of this on the back of my hand. I should be getting down here now. I don't think there's that much left in here. Yeah, this actually has some color to it, so it's more than just a primer. So it has some coverage to it, but not a ton. Okay, the next thing I do is I take my NYX Dark Circle Concealer in Light, and this is an orange corrector, and I just kind of dab that, just lightly dab it right in the circles. So I just kind of press it in there, and I don't blend it yet because I'm going to put another concealer on top, also by NYX. This is the NYX HD Concealer in the shade Light. And I'm going to use an e.l.f. concealer brush, and that's from their Studio line. Just put it right in that circle there. And blend that. Okay, then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my MAC Studio Fix Powder Foundation in NW20, and that looks like that. And I'm going to use an e.l.f. Studio powder brush, and I'm just going to set everything: the foundation primer, the concealers, you'll notice that I'll use certain products for a while, and then all of a sudden there'll be a shift. There's a variety of reasons for that. Either I'm trying new things, or I'm going back to old things that I used to use that I either liked or I'm trying to use up. But I do have a tendency to use a lot of the same products all the time, but I don't necessarily follow through with them until they're gone. This is a wonderful powder foundation that does not dry out your skin even if you have dry skin. Okay, so that's done. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Maybelline Fit Me foundation stick, Maybelline Fit Me Shine Free foundation stick in pure beige. That's 4 shades up from my normal foundation shade. If you want a more detailed explanation, watch my soft focus contouring video, and I explain all about this and why I'm doing it. Suck in my cheek. Just draw a stripe like that. I'm taking it to the next level though. In that video, it was a soft focus contour. Now what I'm doing is I'm more or less using this as a base for contouring. So then what I do is I take this City Color Sun Kissed Trio in Morning Glow, and I was on the City Color website the other day, and unfortunately they do not sell this product anymore. I really like it too. They still have Sun Kissed Trios, but now they're in different packaging and have different colors. I haven't tried any of those yet, but I really like this one. This has blush, bronzer, and highlighter in it. I'm going to use the bronzer and highlighter, and I'm going to use a different blush. This is a Real Techniques multitask brush. It's just a big fluffy brush that's good to use with bronzer. And I like this bronzer a lot because it's not crazy dark. It's you know, reasonably light and easy to work with. So I'm just going to go over those areas where I put the foundation stick. So I start with that, then I do a little on the hairline. And then I do a little on the jawline. And then I take a little bit down my neck, just so I don't have a giant white line. And I also dust a little on this whole area here, because as you go down I get whiter and whiter, and there would just be way too stark of a difference between the makeup and the natural skin if I didn't. I can't wait till it's warm enough to go outside. It was 19 degrees this morning when I woke up. 19, and it's April, yeah. And yesterday I went for a little walk, and I had to wear a winter coat, a fleece jacket underneath it, a hat, a scarf, and gloves. Yeah, it's April. Okay, so I've got my bronzer on. Next I'm going to do a highlight, and I'm going to use this e.l.f. Studio fan brush. And I'm just going to dust that into that gold highlight shade. And just go like that. And for blush, I'm going to use Milani Baked Blush in Rose Doro, which is rose gold. And I like to use the brush that I used my bronzer with, because then it's going to blend it right into that contour area, and it will just help blend it together. So I'm just going to dip my brush in there. Looks like it's darker on this side. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the brush that I used for that powder foundation, and I'm just going to blend it a little bit. And then leave that alone, because this, yeah, that side was darker. Okay, so that's more even now. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take MAC Painterly Paint Pot, and I'm going to use that as an eyeshadow base all over my eye area. Really good at covering discoloration and veining. Okay, and the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do my brow bone highlight, and I'm going to use MAC Blanc Type, which is just a matte square finish eyeshadow. It's a matte creamy color, and I'm going to put my ring finger in there. I like to do my highlight with my finger, and to start at the brow arch and blend it outward. I like to do my brow highlight shade first, because that way it isn't going to mess up any of my crease work. Okay, and then next I'm going to take Anastasia Red Earth, which looks like a really scary color, but it's not scary. And I'm going to use that as my transition shade. And this is a Real Techniques base shadow brush. So I'm just going to put a little bit of that on my brush, and I'm going to go in the upper crease transition area. Okay, I think I'm going to do my lid shade next, and I'm going to use MAC Shroom today. I'm going to use my finger. ColourPop is responsible for this, because when I started using a lot of ColourPop shadows, you kind of have to use... Okay, the camera just shut off, so here we go. Yeah, I was just saying that ColourPop, you got to use your fingers all the time, and once you get into the habit of doing that, then you kind of enjoy it. So I'm just applying my lid shade, which is MAC Shroom, to my lids. Okay, and the last shade I'm going to use is Anastasia Fawn, and it looks like this. This is kind of a strange color, but today's going to be the first day I'm using it, so we'll see how this works out. This is going to be my crease shade, and I'm going to use that same brush that I used for the transition shade. It will help the blend together. So I'm putting a little bit of that on my brush, and we're going to go right in the actual crease as opposed to the upper crease area that I put the red earth. Alright, next what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a Real Techniques accent brush, and I'm going to put a little bit of that fawn right along the lower lash line. Alright, next what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Wet n Wild Color Icon eyeliner in Calling Your Buff, and I'm going to put that right on the waterline. And then I'm going to take Maybelline Master Kajal Cream Kohl Eyeliner in Midnight Brown, and I'm going to do my tight line. Okay, then I'm going to apply my mascara, which is Wet n Wild Max Volume Plus in Amped Up Black. Then I'm going to use my Milani Brow Fix Kit in light. This has everything in it that you could possibly need. It's even got a highlight shade if you don't know what you feel like using for highlight color that day. It's got little brushes, sponge tip applicator, tweezers. I'm going to take that little brush that comes with it and I'm going to use this middle shade to fill in my brows. Okay, and all that leaves is lips. Today I'm going to use ColourPop lip liner in the shade Brink. I'm going to line my lips. And fill them in. Then I'm going to take Wet n Wild Megalast lipstick in Bare It All. That's number 902C. And I'm going to put that right over the lip liner. And I'm gonna go fix my hair and I'll be right back. Okay, so I took my hair down and now I'm gonna put on a little perfume. And I use Elizabeth and James Nirvana, the black and white mixed together. I don't normally film with my perfume on because I have really bad allergies and sometimes I can, you know, get a little more congested than I already am. So I just put one on and rub it in a little bit and then put the other one on. I don't like the way these smell by themselves, but mixed together, oh, love, love, love. And they did that on purpose to make you buy twice as much. But some people do wear them individually, but I only like them mixed together. So that's it, you guys. That's my get ready with me video, and I guess my camera's gonna cooperate and let me it's containing the entire file. And I'll see you next time. Bye.